What up, trappers? Today I'm going to be answering some of my most asked questions about Amazon FBA. This person asked, is a suppressed buy box a red flag? Yeah, so 9 times out of 10, suppressed buy box listings are always going to be good for you, because when a listing is suppressed, it means that the third-party sellers are charging more than the standard pricing for that product. So for example, if I'm selling a product that costs $10 at Target, right? Let's say I'm selling it for $35. Amazon is going to recognize that this price is way above what it normally goes for, and therefore they will suppress the buy box. However, customers who are shopping for a specific product do not give a fuck if there's a buy box or there's not a buy box. They go on Amazon to buy the product that they're looking for, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to just buy it anyway. So as a seller, suppressed buy box usually means that you're making money off of that product. So don't automatically dismiss a product because it says suppressed. Usually that's actually good for you. This person asked, why are they ungated for grocery and gourmet, but all of the brands are still gated? So in order to actually unlock the full category, you're gonna have to get sales in that category before they just start letting you ungate and sell every brand. What I recommend you to do is to sell whatever product from that brand that you use to get ungated. So for example, if you use the Yogi teas, right? Don't take them back, list them and sell them. Even if it's at break even, even if it's at a loss, sell them anyway, because this is going to gain trust in Amazon's eyes for your account. Once you've done that, repeat that 2 to 3 more times with different brands, and all of this is going to help to loosen the restrictions and help unlock other brands. Even though you're ungated for the category, you still have zero trust in Amazon's eyes, so you have to build that by just getting sales. So as a new seller, month 1, you should just worry about ungating a few grocery brands, right? And sell those products that you use to ungate. And don't worry about being profitable your first few weeks or your first month. Just get some sales, break even, or even take a very small loss just to build some trust in Amazon's eyes and fully ungate the whole category. This person asked me, what app is that? The only app that I use right now to scan is going to be SellerAmp. And the reason being is because Keepa is integrated within the app, so it's real easy for me to see all of the metrics I'm looking for. And it's also easy for me to see the offer count to determine if a product is selling or not. This person asked, is there any way around ordering 100 units for an invoice to get ungated? So if Amazon is not letting you list a product because it's asking for an invoice of 100 units, there's 2 things you can do, right? Try to submit an invoice of 10 units. A lot of times it will still work. Amazon doesn't have employees that are checking every single application process. So there are scenarios where you can just submit an invoice of 10 units and it will work. Sometimes it won't. Now, another cheat code is, right? Let's say you're using Yogi Tea, it might ask for 100 units. You submit the 10 when it doesn't work. Try renaming the invoice, try just switching some of the info around and try again. If that still doesn't work, just move to a different brand within the same category. So my recommendation would be, if you tried Yogi Tea, you submitted an invoice with 10, it asked for 100, that didn't work, move on to a new brand like Harbro or Pepperidge Farm and just do the same thing until it does work. Like I said, submitting 10 has worked for people sometimes. It's not 100%, and every person's account differs, right? You might submit an invoice for 10, it might work for you. Your friend might try it, it might not work for them. So just keep trying, and again, if it doesn't work for one brand, just try a different brand. Also, you know, the other alternative to this would be, if you're trying a bunch of different brands and none of them are working, order 100 units. Simple. This person said their debit card wasn't working as their charge method. I would suggest either requesting a call from Amazon support and asking them, you know, why it's not working, or maybe just try a different card. This person asked me if I have a high success rate at grocery outlet. If you go back and watch pretty much all of my videos, you'll see that that's literally my favorite store for retail arbitrage. In my opinion, it's the best store for retail arbitrage. If you have one near you, I would focus most of my capital and intention there, It's very easy to build with the owners and the employees and order things in bulk and even get discounts, you know, if you're spending enough money with them. Don't worry about Ollie's if you don't have it. If you have grocery outlet, just focus on that, and there is money to be made in that store. This person asks, what can they do about shipping costs? If you're finding that your products are not profitable when you're accounting for your shipping, then your products are just not profitable. It's not the shipping's cost why you can't find products, it's your sourcing. You need to find products that have higher margins so that you can still be profitable with the shipping cost. There's no cheat code to getting, you know, cheaper shipping unless you're doing something illegal and you're buying those fake labels, which I don't recommend you do. Just get better at sourcing and find higher margin products, and the shipping won't matter. This person asks if we have to create a new post or listing on Amazon to reflect the new packaging design. No. If you are selling a product and the brand updated the packaging, just send it anyway. If it's, as long as it's the same exact product, same, you know, weight or size dimensions, then you're good to go. Just ship it regularly, and if the customer, you know, says anything, just let them know. The brand just didn't update their pictures on Amazon yet, but it's the same exact product and you'll be fine. This person asks, how do I handle returns? So typically if Amazon auto authorizes a return, then there's literally nothing you have to do. If the customer returns a product and you finally get it back and it is damaged or, you know, messed up in any way and not resellable, in that case I would charge a restocking fee, which you would just go into the order once you receive the product back, because they are going to ask you for pictures of the damages. But if Amazon is auto authorizing a return, you have to do nothing until you actually get the product back. If it's perfectly fine, there's nothing you need to do. If it's damaged, charge a restocking fee. If Amazon does not auto authorize a return, a lot of the times the customer will message you and ask for a refund. In that case, you know, it's up to your discretion if you want to try and work something out with the customer. A lot of scenarios, you might just want to refund them and let them keep the product depending on what it is. There's certain times where the headache of dealing with the customer will not be worth the money, essentially. So just depending on what it is, that would determine how you handle that. And that's how I handle returns. So this person asks, how do you add the shipping cost on FBA, right? So I have this listing pulled up right here. By default, anytime you scan a product, it's automatically going to be set to FBA, right? If you are shipping this FBA, well, then you can click the total fees button on SellerAmp, and it's going to break down all the FBA fees for you. If you are FBMing this, right, you would just click this FBM button. And for something like this, we can go ahead and click this blue box right here and get the weight and the dimensions, right? So this pair of shoes is about 2 pounds, and I know that I can ship this through UPS at 2 pounds for about $8. So where it says FBM cost, that's where you put your shipping cost. So I put in $8, and then, you know, it calculates the new fees, the new profit, etc. If we scroll back up, it will show us that with the $8 shipping cost put in here at a $40 buy cost, if I sell this at $75.90, I'll make $16.52 profit. So just to compare, right, if you're unsure, should I FBA or should I FBM this product? If you toggle between FBA and FBM, it's updating the profit, right? So there is literally like pennies of a difference. So in scenarios, right, people always ask, should I FBA or FBM? In this scenario, it's totally up to you because the profit is basically the same either way. But this is exactly how you type in your shipping on SellerAmp. This person said, what label printer do I use? So right now, the label printers that I'm using for my Amazon FBA business, there's 2 of them. I use a Rollo thermal printer for all of my F&SKU FBA labels, and then I use a Nelco thermal printer for all of my shipping labels and FBA barcode. This person asked, is it okay to just use SellerAmp or do they also need Keepa? So if you are only doing retail arbitrage, there's no need for you to have Keepa. The only metrics that you need Keepa for to determine if a product is good or not, most cases, is built into SellerAmp, right? So the only thing that you would be referencing Keepa for is the offer count, which is built into SellerAmp. Now, if you're doing a lot of online arbitrage, wholesale, or you're looking at a lot of products that have like variations and you want to go very, very deep on the info, that's where Keepa, the actual app and software, is going to come into play, because there's things like Keepa Product Finder, again, like super in-depth metrics and charts to look at for the actual variations themselves. But as a beginner, as someone who is mostly doing retail arbitrage, you do not need a Keepa subscription. Again, because the Keepa offer count is built into SellerAmp. Also, there's variations in SellerAmp as well, so you can click through and, you know, get the different price points. So yeah. So if you know everything, why are you asking me that question? You guys, a lot of the times, get in your own way by worrying about things that don't matter yet. If you're expecting your shipping to get lost or whatever, for whatever you just said, insurance purposes, just don't even send it out. Like, stop expecting the worst things to happen and just expect good things to happen. And you'll find that a lot of these problems and theories and just things that you guys are thinking about, like, literally don't matter. I can count on one hand how many times like I needed to file a claim with the post office. So again, in the beginning, worry about being cost effective, worry about actually making money, and stop worrying about trying to solve problems before they even happen. That's my advice. This person said they want to get started, but they're not sure where. Very first thing that I would do if I were you, I would go on Google and I would type in Amazon seller account, right? Make an account. That's going to take you about 7 to 10 days to get all the way up and running. In the meantime, while you're waiting, I would go download SellerAmp from the App Store. I would go to my local retail stores, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Walmart, Target, anywhere really, it doesn't matter. And for these next 2 weeks, while your account is getting set up, SellerAmp is going to give you a free trial. I would go just start scanning and practicing and just getting a feel for what scanning looks like, what it feels like. And from there, I would go on Amazon Trapper YouTube, Amazon Trapper Instagram, Amazon Trapper TikTok, and I would just binge watch all my videos. I go in depth on pretty much every aspect of getting started Amazon FBA as a beginner. I would spend those 2 weeks just watching videos and going to stores and scanning. And that is going to be the best place to start. Once your account is up and running, right, make sure you get the full subscription for SellerAmp. You're going to need that. Make sure you also have a professional selling account for Amazon. And from there, you're going to want to get Ungated, which I have a few videos on that topic as well. And that's my advice on getting started. Don't overthink it. Just go start. This person asked, do I pay taxes on my inventory? So as you guys know, most of the products that I'm buying and selling, most of the time it's going to just be grocery or clothes. And in New Jersey, the state that I live in, there's no sales tax on grocery and there's no sales tax on clothes. So 9 times out of 10, I am not paying tax on the products that I'm buying. If it's something that does have tax, I have a tax exemption, which I will use in cases where it makes a huge difference. You know, if I'm buying like 10 Glade incense and the tax is like a few bucks, I'm not going through the trouble to show the store, you know, my documents. That's how I handle it. If you live in a state where, you know, like New York or California or something where taxes are ridiculous, then I would definitely advise to get your resale permit and tax exemption, because for you it's going to add up. For me, luckily, we don't have tax. This person asks, how do you image scan, right? There's 2 ways that I personally image scan, right? First, there is a feature built into SellerAmp. When you have the scan feature opened up, it's going to be a magnifying glass at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You click that button, right? And then there's going to be a pop-up that says AI image search. Just click analyze, and that is going to scan the image for you. Sometimes if that doesn't work, I'll use the built-in image scan feature in the actual Amazon app, not the seller app, but the app where you would go as a customer to purchase things. So if you're in the Amazon search bar, right, there is a square with a circle inside of it in the Amazon search bar where you would buy things as a customer, not the seller app, not SellerAmp, right? You click on that square, and then it will be a circle with a magnifying glass in that. You click that is essentially taking a picture of the product. From there, it's going to scan the product and bring it up on Amazon. From there, you can either copy and paste the name of the product that comes up into SellerAmp, or if that doesn't work, you can go into the product information, click additional information, and then get the ASIN from the actual Amazon listing, paste that ASIN into SellerAmp, and it will bring up the product that way. This person asked if you have to get an LLC to sell on Amazon. The short answer is no. You can register as an individual using your own social security number, and you can get started and start selling. However, there are advantages to having an LLC while you're selling on Amazon. Firstly, is getting your resale certificate, right? Depending what state you live in and what you're selling, you're probably going to want to have this. For me, in New Jersey, I sell mainly grocery and clothes, so it's not as important because I don't pay sales tax on those two categories. If you are somebody who lives in a state where there are sales tax on those categories, a lot of the times, in order for you to have the best margins, you're going to want to have your tax exemption. That's one of the advantages of having an LLC. The other, right, is when you are ready to scale up and start doing bigger months and start buying more inventory, you're probably going to want to use business credit cards. And the only way to get business funding and higher limit credit cards to scale is going to be with an LLC. So my advice would be to just get started for now and make your LLC as soon as it makes sense for you financially, because like I said, there are advantages, but for now, just get going, get started. Don't let the fact that you don't have an LLC stop you from just getting started. So those are some of my most frequently asked questions as of recent. I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to keep us going. And I appreciate all y'all. Drop a comment and let me know if this video was helpful, and also drop a comment and let me know what other questions you have that we didn't cover in this video. I'll see you next time.